Welcome back to Cards and Comics. And today is a great day because I talk to you about comic books today. So this is going to be a comic book related video. If you don't like comic books, you're probably not going to like this video because I'm going to be showing some cool books. This video is going to be focused on my Midtown comic book order that finally came in after 1 month. So I'm really excited to show that off. But first, I'm going to correct a wrong that happened to me at the last card show or comic book show, which I sold this Milo Manera Italian Museum Edition comic book for $50 raw, and they're going about $150 graded, or sorry, raw. So I lost money on it. So I went out and took some of the profits and I bought the CGC 9.8 version of this book, and it's a beautiful book. I think everyone loves this cover. It's a thicker book. You can see it's a little thicker book, so it's actually hard to get in this kind of condition. So there you go. Small mail day for this. I just want to show it off because it's so cool. And it was one of my favorite covers when I bought it, raw, and I'm really glad I was able to replace it because it kind of bummed me out to sell it for such a $100 loss. So I got this, and now I'll move on to my Midtown comic book order. You can see it right here. Now, is there going to be amazing comic books in here? Well, there was going to be one, but they took it off the order. They said it wasn't available anymore. So it's a bummer not to get the #1 book you wanted in your order. So that's what happened. And it kind of just fits in the pattern, what I've been talking about is the hobby and the no crying and collecting. It's been a little bit of a challenge collecting recently because it's just everything is harder than it seems like it should be. Here we go. Brown paper bag. Here. We'll see what we got. A lot of these books are books that appeared in my top 5, or in some cases 10, comic book covers list. So that's why they're here. So not every one of these is going to be expensive. Some of these are cover A's. So they're just the plain cover. So let's see the first one. Maybe, I think I know what it is because it's a little thicker book. It is, it's not even right side up. So here we go. This is a really cool book. This is the Jacques Lonely City Catwoman variant. There you go. This is a really cool book, and it's pretty tough. I would say this is a pretty tough book. I haven't seen it too often in the wild, so I ordered it directly, and I think it's one of those books that is, especially with a Jacques cover, is going to demand some premium because, from what I understand, I haven't read it yet because I just got it, but it's a pretty good story. And you know what happens to good stories in the DC universe, especially Batman stories? They get converted to an animated special. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a Catwoman Lonely City animated movie at some point. But this is a cool Jacques cover. It's pretty rare. You don't see them. You can grab them on eBay, but they're starting to dry up a little bit. So very happy to grab that one. All right, so that's a cool way to start out. I kind of thought that's what that one was because it was the oversized. Next up, this is Suicide Squad, the King Shark variant. And I'll zoom in a little bit so we can, there you go. The King Shark variant, I really like that. Kind of that spray paint coolness. And I'm assuming this is Harley. I don't know who this character is here, but I just like that. It's a cool idea to do kind of a tag art variant. And so it's a little different, and I grabbed it, and it was not very expensive. Okay, next up is the Nubia in the Amazon's #1. I believe this is the cardstock variant. And so it was not super expensive, but it was definitely, a cool cover, and I believe I had it in my top 5 for that month or that week. And so, and again, it looks really cool in terms of just overall presentation. And I think the artist did a great job, and that's a cool character that's coming up. And I think it's cool, cheap spec. Now this one, I don't think made it into my top 5 because again, I just felt like I bought it because I'm a huge Fables and Bill Willingham fan. So I'm going to buy anything really Fables and Willingham related, regardless of what it is. And so I'm going to buy all the variant covers. And so this is really just a PC thing, but it is a very nice cover. And the only thing that's kind of bummer is a little bit of damage there. You can see on that corner. I don't know if you can really see it. It's hard. But yeah, like this corner is a little damaged on the book, a little blended. It's not an expensive book, so I'm probably not going to return it. It's just kind of a bummer. It's got a little bit of a damaged corner there. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man number 76. And again, I think this is another cheapy variant. I believe this is the Joe Jusko. Yep, it's the Joe Jusko. Oh, I put him in backwards, making it harder for me to get out. There you go. The Joe Jusko. This is the, the Jusko variants have been pretty hit or miss with me. I would say that in general, they're less than 50-50. And I think it's just because his art style is, I can't think, over exaggerated. And so for certain characters that really works, for certain characters it doesn't. I think for the Green Goblin, obviously having that expression and just the over the top look is a good look, and for some characters it doesn't work. So yeah, it's a cool book. It I think for the Jusko, I think the only other Jusko book I've put on here is the Emma Frost, which I think is also she's a very over the top character in terms of look, so I think his style works well with her as well. Yeah, and this book has a little bit of a ding too, so I'm a little bummed that these are not perfect, I guess, whatever. But when I compare these guys to like Comic Elite or Elite Comics, they have better shipping so far. So far I've been more excited about their shipping than what I'm seeing for these guys. All right, so this book looks good. No damage in this book, it looks like. So we'll see. And this is the Dynamite Army of Darkness variant with the, I forget, it's the one with the, I forget the dogs. I just saw it. I just thought it was cool, the juxtaposition of Army of Darkness with cute dogs. So I'm really excited about that one. I'm a huge Ash Army of Darkness fan. So there you go. So this is, let's see who did this cover. I can figure it out. I wish artists would sign their covers because that makes it a little easier. But anyway, it's the Puppy Army of Darkness cover. It was in my top 5. I think it was my very, very first top 5 I ever did, and because I just thought it was a cool mashup. There you go. So again, not an expensive book. Next up is a book that is expensive. So this was, I got a discount, so it was $30, but I got like a 30% off. So it was like $23 total. So this is the Thor Nick Klein C variant. And so there was 2 Throg covers for number 18. There was the Journey into Mystery cover that was it was a LCS exclusive cover. And that one was cool, and I picked it up. And so when I saw this one, which I didn't see originally on the list, I went ahead and picked him up. So it's cool to see like the this version as well. So I have both Throg Thor 18 covers now. All right, here's a Stormbreakers cover, and you know what? I'm so out of it, with what's going on. I figured out what Stormbreakers means now. At first, I thought it was like, oh, it must be a store variant. No, now no. Stormbreakers is up and coming artists. That's what they deemed them. This is RB Silva, who I really like his art. I have another RB Silva book that I'm thinking about for this week. It's the Amazing Spider-Man Mary Jane hardcover. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's a really cool cover. So here is the Stormbreakers again variant, and this is for I believe this is the Death of Doctor Strange. So this is like a venomized version of that book. Very cool. And I think either this is on my top 10 list or it was like a one I considered, but it's a super cool cover. And again, not super expensive, but one I really, really dug. Now this one right here, I know which one this is because I can tell from who's on the back here. Again, not a huge book, but I really like it because, hey, this is a connecting cover. So the second one's out this week. So this is the Human Target #1. This is the, I don't know, like their picture frame, I guess they're calling it, a variant. But, the thing I like it's because the connecting cover, you've got the original JLA. So, well, I consider the JLA, which is the 80s, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Fire and Ice. Just awesome, throwback there. And, I'm a huge Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. So again, if you take the Cards and Comic quiz, my two favorite comic book characters are Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. So, and you'll see probably me picking up more of those books, but this is cool. It's a connecting cover, so I need the other one. This is supposed to be actually like, this isn't a picture frame, it's a game. It's supposed to be like Clue. So there's going to be another cover here that is the rest of the game, and then it's going to look like a game box with these characters on top. So that is a very cool book. All right, next up. It's interesting they put all the comic books in backwards. I don't know if this is like how they ship everything, because this is my first shipment with these guys in forever. It's been at least 9 months, and I think I ordered one book the first time. I think it was like an exclusive I was trying to get, and they had it, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But I usually don't order from these guys. My history with Midtown really is I used to go to New York City once every month for a meeting for work. So I take a train from Albany into New York City every morning or once a month. And where we met was the Cornell Club in New York City, and Midtown Comics is like 2 blocks away from where we were meeting. And so I would go to the meeting and we'd get done like 3 o'clock. I would go to Midtown Comics for a while and then get on the train at 6 or 7, then and go back to Albany. And that was, every month. So every month I got to go to Midtown Comics in New York City, and I would just go like variant hunting and now I would never, it was never timed out like I would be there like on a Wednesday for new comic book day. I think I was there once for one Wednesday because the meetings were always like on a Monday or Tuesday. So I didn't get first pick, but they had so many of them that a lot of times that you would get them. So the cool ones still. So this is a Dark Knight Steel, and I believe I think this is their exclusive. Let me look on the back, pull back out again. Should have looked the first time. I think this is maybe a Midtown. Yeah, this is a Midtown Comics exclusive. So this is the Alan Qua exclusive Midtown cover. The series got a lot of good pub. I read it. It's a good first read. I'm excited for this series and see what they do with it. Hopefully it creates a whole new little universe and world that we can explore in future series, because I think it's really cool. Now, this is the other big book that came, and this looks really nice copy. I don't see any damage to this book, so I'm not going to take it out. But this is the Phoenix Echo, Phoenix Song #1, I believe, and this is the Echo variant, and this is was my top pick for I think week 1 or week 2 when I was doing the variant covers. By far, this is my favorite Echo cover so far that I've seen. Obviously, she's in the new Hawkeye. I'm going to have her own show, and a Native American character, and so for me, it crosses off a lot of marks on my checklist. This is my second version or second copy of this. And I got, since I bought these books, other books, I got a discount, and I think I got this for under $30, which was why I did it. So like, my whole point was to get, to drive the variant cost down and get them under eBay, which I did. But the big book that was in here, which is the Dan Mora Magic the Gathering variant version that I was looking for, was taken off. And that book is hard, so I ended up buying it on eBay and paying $20 more for it, because with the discounts and everything, I was getting it at such a good price. But I got this book at a good price, and so I'm really happy. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Most of the books are okay. A few had corner damage, but they were all cheap books. If this book would have had the corner damage, I would have been a lot more upset than the other books. So obviously this is my favorite. But, I really like this, Jacques Lonely City cover as well. And, probably my third pick, that's in here is going to be the Booster Gold, just because I like a Blue Beetle Booster Gold. So those are my favorites. It's first order with, and so I think I will order again from them if I get some books I'm looking for, especially my top 5 comic book covers. If they're cheap and I have them and I'm looking for them and they got them, which is what this book was, which is what this book was, under eBay pricing, I'll do it. But shipping wise, they weren't perfect, so hopefully they improve on that for my next order, and I'll update you then. But hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, and we can talk about comics. All right, guys, bye.